Close Cardinals wide receivers coach David Raih talks about coach Kliff Kingsbury and what he sees in the receivers group. Arizona RepublicNot: many people are willing to walk away from a steady six-figure annual salary, attempt to switch careers on a lark, and wind up talking their way into an unpaid internship for 2 years. Maybe you do that sort of thing if you're trying to save the whales, save the planet, or plan to join a cult or something. David Raih just wanted to coach football. So that's what he did. It was 11 years ago and the new Arizona Cardinals wide receivers coach was killing it as a medical sales rep for Zimmer Inc., selling hip and knee implants to surgeons at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. The money was fantastic, but Raih, a former prep quarterback standout in his native Minnesota, who would go on to play at the University of Iowa, felt a burning desire to get back into football. It became an obsession. The best way to answer that is I've always just felt an urgency to my life, Raih, 38, said Wednesday during a news conference at the Cardinals' Tempe training facility. I grew up in an environment where we were always encouraged to follow our passion and do what we love. He wasn't sure exactly how he was going to do it until he learned that UCLA had just hired a new head football coach, Rick Neuheisel. In late December 2007, the day Neuheisel was introduced during a news conference on campus in LA, a tenacious Raih pronounced Raih decided to crash the presser, hang out in the back of the room, and then chase down Neuheisel and beg him for a job. Cardinals wide receivers coach David Raih talks to reporters during a news conference on Feb. 13. Photo, Sean Logan, The Republic. He sat and waited there 6 hours the first day, 4 hours the second day, and I told him he was absolutely out of his mind, Neuheisel recalled, shaking his head with laughter. Raih, 27 at the time, was supposed to be in Las Vegas to receive an award for his successes in sales. Neuheisel, the former Tempe McClintock standout quarterback, who now coaches the Arizona Hotshots of the Alliance of American Football, advised Raih to go, get on the craps table, enjoy yourself, forget this crazy dream, and if you can't, come back and see me in 2 weeks. Raih came back, alright, and he plopped himself down on a seat outside Neuheisel's office and waited. And waited, yeah, he came back in 2 weeks and he sat there again, Neuheisel said. And I said to him, "You're out of your mind," and he said, "I know, but I can't get this out of my mind." I tried, so I told him, "Okay, then you're in. But I'm paying you nothing." I told him, "I don't know what to do with you." I had never met him before in my life until we said hello at my press conference. I know. It's crazy. Something inside Neuheisel told him he needed to hire the stray who refused to leave his side. Some people just can't say no to a lost pup with personality. That's what it was too. Close as Central Sports' Catherine Fitzgerald, Bob McManaman talk about the Cardinals' new coaching staff. Arizona Republic Neuheisel knew there was something a little bit different and a little bit special about his brand new coaching intern. He was so intriguing, Neuheisel said with an appreciative smile. He was bright, he was engaging, and he was passionate. And I said, I can make something out of this guy. He had been a player, and really, you can't get enough good people, so I just immediately realized he was good people and I hired him. Raih has a unique aura about him. From his piercing blue eyes that rarely ever blink, to the multiple colorful bracelets around his wrists, and his slow, deliberate but engaging dialogue to the same sweatsuit attire he wears daily, he has a way of captivating your full attention. "I'm just me," he says. After 2 years with the Bruins, where he did everything from reorganizing office supplies to recruiting and helping coach quarterbacks, Raih was told by Neuheisel that he needed to go and expand his dream and desires. So he did. Raih went back to Iowa, where he served as a graduate assistant for the Hawkeyes for 3 seasons from 2010 to 2012. With no job in December 2012, Raih created a giant board with destinations of colleges and universities that had just hired new head coaches. pulling out the same play he used at UCLA. Raih drove to Lubbock, Texas for an unannounced chance meeting with Texas Tech's new head coach, Kliff Kingsbury. "I had just got there and I didn't have a clue really what was going on," Kingsbury recalled, "so I was just sitting in my office by myself. It was Christmas break, and some guy shows up at the door in a suit and it's freezing outside and it's him. I let him in, we started talking, and by the time we were done, I told him, 'Look, I don't know what position I've got for you, but you've got a position here. Thank you. You're almost signed up for sports breaking news. Keep an eye out for an email to confirm your newsletter registration.'" More newsletters. "There was just something about him. I couldn't say no. He did a phenomenal job for us. He helped discover Baker Mayfield for us. Baker was one of the walk-ons. He got to come to Tech. He was awesome. I'm glad I hired him." Raih laughs when Kingsbury's comments are relayed to him. He knows his unique career journey sounds absurd, even though it led him to the NFL, where he's spent the past 5 seasons as a coach on Mike McCarthy's staff with the Green Bay Packers, and it now has brought him here to the Cardinals. How do you just talk your way into a position with someone you never met without scheduling a proper interview? And how do you manage to do it twice, for that matter? Yeah, so the question is like, what's the trick, right? Raih said. "There is no trick or magic. I think I can answer it with the quote, 'Courage is realizing what's important to you and it far outweighs the fear that stands in the way.' Like, it was way more important to me to get my message across that I want to do this and I can help you and I'll do whatever we need to do. It wasn't the words. I mean, I came at them in a way where they could feel it. It is unorthodox. I don't know, I was just being me." Word of Raih's hustle and incredible determination quickly spread throughout football, and his meteoric rise continues to reach the ears of young coaches throughout the country, many of whom have called and written him seeking advice on how to advance their own careers. "I'm thankful that it's been an inspiring story," he said. "But the one thing I always say with people that I talk to is, do not be a fox, be a dog wagging your tail. It's totally different. Like, if you have a secretary that's in front of the head coach, don't try to get around the secretary." When Raih crashed the presser at UCLA, for example, he went straight to Jolie Oliver, the longtime executive assistant for UCLA football, and told her, "Jolie, this is going to sound ridiculous. I'm in medical sales and I want to talk to the head coach about working for him. And I get if you want to throw me out of here." She didn't. Raih got his impromptu meeting with Neuheisel and the rest is history. Or, simply the beginning. Tom Clements, the Cardinals' passing game coordinator and quarterbacks coach, spent 4 seasons in Green Bay with Raih and said he can see Raih eventually becoming an NFL head coach. "It would not surprise me," Clements said. "He gets along with players great. The players love him. If you're smart, you know your stuff and you're personable, players react, they like you and they want to play for you. Those are a lot of good qualities to have." His first year he was with us in Green Bay, I worked closely with him and you could tell right away he was very interested. He wanted to learn, he had opinions and he knows what he's doing. He's going to be a great help to our receivers here. He's already struck up a bond with the team's veteran superstar, Larry Fitzgerald, although he admits it probably helped when Raih told Larry legend that his mother, Molly, went to the same high school Fitzgerald did back in Minnesota. "Oh yeah?" Raih said with a laugh. He was blown away. The Cardinals hope that by working with Fitzgerald, second-year pro Christian Kirk and others, that Raih can replicate the success he had as a coach this past season in Green Bay, where Packers receivers ranked 6th overall in the league, and Davante Adams led the NFC with 13 touchdown receptions and finished with 111 catches, the second most in franchise history. Raih didn't have to sell himself when it came to getting the job with the Packers, for whom he served as a quality control coach 2014-15, an assistant offensive line coach 2016, an offensive perimeter coach 2017, and the wide receivers coach 2018. They actually called him when he answered the phone and it was McCarthy on the other end. Raih said, "I thought it was a prank phone call. Like, no joke, it may read like a Hollywood script, but Raih's ascension up the coaching ladder is no joke whatsoever. I could tell he was going to go right up the charts, Neuheisel said. I'm very, very happy for him. And I don't think it's finished by any means. I think there's a lot more to go for that young man. More Cardinals reach McManaman at bob.mcmanaman at arizonarepublic.com. Follow him on Twitter at @AsBobbyMac and listen to him live every Tuesday afternoon between 2 to 5:30 on AM 1060, SB Nation Radio on Calling All Sports with Rock and Manic, and every Wednesday afternoon between 1 to 4 on Fox Sports 910 AM on The Freaks with Kenny and Crash.